My colleague Andy, he will 3D scan my face. And my other colleague Chris, he will make a small replica of my face using a 3D printer. I'm not really sure if you have seen a 3D printer before, but this is your chance. And just to let you know, we're going to replicate the same thing in the 2 other breaks that you have today. So you can just queue up. In 20 minutes, we'll 3D scan as many people as possible and try to finish them today. So here we go.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So that was it. That was my talk. The power of making. So, when I was told that I'll be a TED speaker, I decided to look at my past, present, and future. And I was trying to find the dominant thing in my life. And what I realized is I made things, I make things, and I will make things. And it turns out there are different types of making. Making love, making art, making objects, making decisions, and making sense. So I'm going to go into them one by one, and I'll start with the obvious one, making love. This is my family tree, 3 generations. Up, you see my grandparents, parents, and then myself at the bottom. And this is mom's side. My grandmother, she's a great cook. My grandfather, he's an electrician. This is my dad's side. He's pretty cool. He's an entrepreneur. My grandmother, she's a teacher. And this is my parents. Mom is, again, a great cook. She's super creative. Oops. And my dad, he's a gadget man. He's really into his DIY. He's a curious man. And this little guy, that's myself. And I'm just going to zoom in. And this is actually the glass that he's wearing there that I 3D printed the other day. So I'm going to put this on for a while. And that is, again, myself playing with the Lego. This is the first evidence of me making something. And look at his face. He's super happy. So just get rid of this for a second. So my background is I studied mechanical engineering back in Turkey. I wasn't satisfied. I came to London, Central St. Martin's, product design. Not satisfied. I did general assembly, web development, the most intense course. I wasn't satisfied. And I did cooking classes, baking, knife skills, all sorts. I wasn't satisfied. I was kind of lost. I was looking for something to do. And I decided to make art. That was my starting point. So, 11 years ago, I came to London, Central St. Martin's, MA Product Design. I was looking at flying carpets. I don't know why. So it was very conceptual, obviously, and I've been asked to add a function to this carpet, and I came up with El Seccade. EL means electroluminescent, Seccade is prayer mat in Turkish, and the title of the project is Illuminating Prayer Mat that lights up facing Mecca. And this is how it looks. So the idea is you have a digital compass embedded inside, you put this on the floor, and you will start to rotate it, and it will glow brighter in the right direction to pray. So the interface suddenly becomes the prayer mat itself. So you don't need to use an analog compass anymore. This is what you need. It's great for traveling people. And it did well at the time. It is still an ongoing project, and I'm still trying to put it on the market. But it was on the news. It was on ID Magazine, Art Review, 34 Magazine. And it was eventually the cover story for T3 Magazine, and with a 4-page exclusive preview. It was on New York Times, Engadget, Huffington Post, Gizmodo, a lot of blogs. And these are my favorite quotes. If the world of Tron had a mosque, these would be its prayer rugs. Straight out of a Ghostbusters movie. I love them. And with all this motivation and momentum, I decided to launch a Kickstarter campaign. So I was looking for $100,000. It was a 1-month project. I did this a couple of years ago. And it was a great learning experience for me because the video I put on Kickstarter, it was on YouTube as well, with the hope that something will come out of it. The first day, it was just 3 people, my brother, my mom and dad probably. Second day, just 16 people, a couple of more friends seeing it. But the third day, I woke up with 14,000 people, the number of people seeing this video. And it went viral overnight, and it appeared in a blog in Dubai, perhaps. and currently the number of people seeing it is approaching 1 million. And YouTube is actually paying me a monthly fee right now because they can put advertisements, so that was completely unexpected. And it started to become a prestige product for me. It was on Mashable, it was on BBC. And actually, MIA, she used it on her video clip, and that's the prayer mat you can see at the bottom. And these are the quotes from New York Times. They said, practical and potentially life-changing application. The Independent said, it mixes technology and tradition to enhance everyday usefulness. And it is actually on Venice Biennale at the moment. And it is touring the world on behalf of me. And this is what's happening with MoMA. They exhibited that for 6 months, and it is part of the permanent collection right now. So parallel to all this, I was looking at design competitions, and I came up with the Tornado design, which won the Bombay Sapphire cocktail glass competition, the first prize in Turkey. And this is how it looks. It is a tornado shape, getting inspiration from the spices and all the ingredients that Bombay Sapphire is using, and it takes your mind away as like a natural phenomena. I was coming up with this brief, but that won the first prize. So things were going well. Prayer mat, tornado, all up, and this is me doing triathlon. I used to be a triathlete. This is my face there, and me playing basketball. This is me. So, in 2007, everything was going well, but something bad happened. I had an operation. I lost one of my organs, and I have life dependence on pills right now. And 2011, I had another operation within 4 years, completely unrelated. This time, it was my back. I had 2 slip discs. Apparently, I pushed it a lot, triathlon. I was losing one of my legs almost, and I'm not allowed to run lifetime right now. So this is pretty much the negative side of things, and it's the moment where I have my zero moment. I was struggling, and I was kind of lost on the way. So, making decisions. At this point, you have 2 options. Number 1, la fin, the end, la fine, el final. The end. To everything that I appreciated, everything that I've been passionate about, everything that I loved doing so far. Lost. Luckily, there's a second option, which is, this is one of my favorite movies, Head On. And the main character, Jahid, he decides to end his life. And he has this conversation with the doctor. And he has this amazing response which affected me a lot at the time. If you want to end your life, then end it, but you don't need to die for that. So, I made the second option. I decided to end that chapter and start a new one. And I was back to square one. Past, present, future. I made things, I make things, and I will make things. So that was kind of my motivation. I was back, I was making objects again. And I made lampshades. This is CMYK shades. So currently, you can actually see this on Wrap It Up franchises. They have 11 franchises across London. And you can see them at the background. That is the official Wrap It Up lighting. And if you know about Nesta, that is their headquarters. It was on display for 6 months. And I made a lot of mirrors. I was obsessed with them. I did dreams mirror, stamp mirror, coin mirror, quotation mirror, Tetris mirror. I loved it. If you look at these 2 things, what you will realize is my approach to design is to spot one manufacturing technology, in this case laser cutting, and one material. And the idea is to push these both things to the limits until I come to a point where I go like, okay, this is a crazy idea. You cannot find this on the market. And I launch it. And that's how I get involved into laser cutting. So I was making things with a laser cutter. And at that point, I said, why don't I help other people to make things with a laser cutter? And I decided to set up an online business where you have 5 steps. Upload your design, choose your material, get instant pricing, pay online, and get it delivered to your door. So that was kind of the business model. And then I came up with another concept where we do laser customization for products like, I work with all these big boys, Victorinox, O2, Apple, Selfridges, So we laser customize laptops, iPads, iPods, iPhones, Swiss Army knives, bags. So that was going well because customization is pretty big. But I was also following the digital manufacturing space, and 3D printing was the obvious one to look into. And I was looking into that before it became mainstream. And this is a 3D printer, the one you see, precisely the same one you see on the stage. There is a problem with the 3D printer. It's not widespread yet, and the reason is the content generation. So we have a 3D printer, but what do we do with that? What do we print with this? And you got two solutions. You can sit down and learn a software like SolidWorks, Rhino, SketchUp, and you build the object from scratch by using these skills. Or perhaps you're a crafty person and you craft things using clay or paper or ceramics, whatever, or perhaps you want to replicate an existing object. And that's where 3D scanning comes in, the process we did just a second ago. And with this one, you 3D scan a physical object, then you can bend it, twist it, scale it up and down, change colors. So it is making things easier. So this is the story about content generation. But the thing is, so I got laser cutters, I got 3D printers, but there was still something missing. There's no problem with these technologies. They are affordable now, they are compact, they are portable, and it's pretty quick to make things. But the way we present these technologies is the key at the moment. So the missing ingredients, I don't know if you could guess, but it is coffee. So raise your hands if you like coffee. Okay, it's all proved now. So 90% of the audience, I guess, likes coffee. So it started to make sense for me. I decided to open a physical space where people can come in, grab a coffee, socialize, discuss projects, and when they have an idea, they can bring it to us and we can make that thing happen. We are making things and we are helping people make things. So daytime, this is pretty much what we do, laser cut, 3D prints, and coffee. But after 6, it becomes an events venue. We do workshops, we do talks, we do catwalks where people wear 3D print hats and bras and shoes. All sorts of things. It's an experimentation area. It's almost like a laboratory. And this cute girl, she's watching a 3D printer. This reminds me of my old days when I was watching a washing machine. But this is the new generation now. And this is all about the theater of manufacturing. We want people come and see and witness the manufacturing process as you are doing right now, not watching me, but the 3D printer. And the special thing here is, if it's especially your design, it is just an amazing feel because perhaps everything is like manufactured abroad at the moment in Far East. And now we want to bring it back to our doorstep. And I'm personally interested in music as well. So I said, why not combine music with 3D printing? This is the stage for our favorite DJ duo, Justice. So just replace these speakers with 3D printers. As the DJs play the music, the sound waves are converted into physical objects. What do I mean by that? This is a bracelet that we did the other day. This is actually a physical representation of a sound wave, me saying a word, for example, TEDx. So you put that on the screen, and then the sound wave, you put it into a form in 3D so that we can 3D print it. And that is special for you because it's me saying TEDx and me carrying the bracelet with me. And I'm interested in food. I mean, you've seen my family tree. They are all cooks and stuff. My uncles are chefs. And I love cooking too. And why not combine this 3D printing? This is a chocolate printer that we received the other day. So you feed this baby with Nutella, and it prints in chocolate in 3D. Okay, not the highest resolution, but still it's something that you can eat. And this is a fruit printer. Again, you feed it with ingredients, the necessary ingredients, and it forms these bubble shapes that then is combined into a berry-like shape, which they call fruit, and that is edible too. These machines are real. It is happening now. This is not the technology of the future. It is the technology of present. These are the 5 items that I carry with me. Just raise your hands if you have any of them with you today. Okay, that's a good number. So perhaps you have at least a phone, a key ring, and a wallet. But these are the 5 things that I carry with me. A phone to remind me I don't like stopping. It doesn't help me. So keep talking, keep walking. A key ring to remind me my passions, laser cutting and 3D printing. A pillbox to remind me I survived and things can go wrong. And my wallet. I don't like money. That's not my motivation. And if you want to feel rich, just count the things you have that money cannot buy. That's what it says on my wallet. And this is my pocket knife to remind me I'm a maker. And that's me taking a picture of himself since 2011. That was my zero moment. And I took a picture of myself every day, every single day. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I think the idea was to be able to see what this life made me into, to be able to trace what's happening on a daily basis so that maybe I can step back and then reevaluate my life. And this is my latest picture. And with these technologies, we can make a 3D scan of my face. And with these technologies, we can make a 3D print replica of my face. So these are all available. So ladies and gentlemen, being on the stage, I have the privilege to say the opportunity is given. Opportunity being the life. Please, please, please make use of it. Please make things. If you don't know how to make things, please come to me because I make things, so I can teach you. My job is what I love to do. My job is to make and to promote making. Thank you.